All right, everybody, I'm here on my ruck through the city. I'll try to keep this video short. As you guys know, these videos are tailored for both my English classes and my law classes. Both can benefit from the same content. That is why I do it like this. All right, so let's just jump right into the question. The first one, looking down at my hand because I wrote it on my hand. The first one is making somebody whole. What does that mean? All right, so making someone whole is a legal term that the courts use, and you'll see that all the time, to judge how much money and what they're gonna do to help that individual person out. For example, if I punch you in the face and I break your nose, right? Now you're gonna have a disfigured nose, you're going to have medical expenses, and you're gonna have, some pain and suffering. So say that costs $30,000 to fix your nose, because you gotta have plastic surgery to fix your nose, right? To get it back to where it should be. The courts will say, okay, well, I'm gonna give you $30,000 worth of expenses. Now, they're not going to say, hey, I'm going to give you $150,000 because of X, Y, and Z. That's not making you whole. That's going above and beyond, right? That's not what the courts are there for. So the courts are there really to make you whole. Another good example is, this kind of sucks, talked about it earlier, about property that has sentimental value, right? Say I have a special medallion and it is worth exactly $6, but to me it's priceless. It's worth millions of dollars, right? And someone steals it. Well, the courts are going to, quote, make you whole by giving you the $6. What is the actual physical value of that item? And that is really what making someone whole means. Now, I'm kind of winded because I'm walking a little fast. I have this stupid vest on, so bear with me. All right, so that's question number one. Second question is also a legal question, and we're talking about the Brady list. Now, what the hell is a Brady list? Well, the Brady list is from Brady v. Maryland, and it is a list that all the shady officers, all the officers that are caught lying, mistruthful, they might omit information, they go on a list, and it's called the Brady list. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, if an officer lies, shouldn't they be fired? Yeah, in my opinion, they should, right? Because that's untruthfulness. But in the case of Brady v. Maryland, that is not the case. What happens is they go on this list. It's a Brady list, and they stay on there for forever most of the time. What that list does is, say I have a case. I'm on that Brady list, and I have a criminal case, and I'm on that list. All the defense attorney does is look at that list, and if I'm on there, he just goes to the court and says, hey, this officer has a history of lying. See, he even got in trouble for it. And here it is. And what do you think that does to the case? Yeah, it destroys that case, right? And so the case normally is just tossed out. So a lot of the people on the Brady list are eventually fired. If they're not, they're moved to non-investigative positions. But unfortunately, I was looking through the list this morning, and a bunch of those guys are actually still on patrol, which is probably not a good idea. So say I go to a homicide case, I'm on the Brady list, and I screw up that homicide case, or let me take that back. Let's say I do a really good job. I solve that homicide case because I'm awesome now. I went through the repentance process, right? I'm not doing shady things anymore. But say I'm doing really good and I solve that homicide case, what is my involvement on the Brady list going to do to that case? That's going to undermine the entire investigation and cause major issues. Yeah, not very good to be on that list. So that's what the Brady list is. You can Google it, find out, and it doesn't matter what state. You can find out what officers are on that Brady list. These are, not the best officers, or they're officers that made really poor decisions. One of the two. A lot of those people on the Brady list are actually were caught lying in court or on a police report, and that's why I'm so passionate about police report writing, right? Because you don't want to end up on that list. All right. So the next two I'll do really quick, and they're writing related. So stay tuned as I look around this corner here. Typically there's a bunch of shady people hanging out. I am good to go. Just a lot of cars here for some reason. Normally there's not that many cars. All right, anyways, I digress. All right, next two questions. The first one is concrete language. What is it? Why is it important? As a writer, especially if you're taking my PR classes or my professional writing classes, technical writing classes, it's concrete language is very specific language. So instead of saying the officer pulled over the vehicle, okay, well, what does that mean? What vehicle? What's a vehicle? Is it a car? Is it a station wagon? Is it a van? Right? It's specific language. The officer pulled over the minivan. The officer pulled over the cargo van. So I try to get officers out of the habit of writing vague language like that. So the best, obviously, is concrete language. The car was light in color. Okay, what does that mean? What color was the actual car? Right? Oh, it's light blue. Okay, well, that's a lot different than light and color, right? So be very specific. So whenever you look at your papers, your essays, your assignments, look at the nouns and see if you can change any of those to more concrete nouns. All right, last one is much awaited question, and it is about artificial intelligence and writing. Now, I can have probably at least an hour conversation on this topic, and we probably should one day. Here's my 2 cents on it. Don't use artificial intelligence, Google Bard or Gemini, now that's called ChatGPT, to write anything, right? So if they're writing your assignments for you, your discussions for you, not only is that cheating, it's very obvious, especially to your English teacher that knows about sentence structure. And for me in my classes, guys, I train artificial intelligence. That's one of my side jobs. I train it. So whenever you guys use it, especially in your discussion questions, you're not fooling me. It's only hurting you, right? It's don't do that. Now, how can you use artificial intelligence? Okay, I have 30 seconds. How can you use artificial intelligence correctly? Really quick, if you have an assignment, you need an outline for your paper. For example, you put in the assignment directions and say, hey, write me a 5-page outline, or write me an outline for a 5-page academic paper, and these are the parameters, right? Whew. Let me get away from that. And these are the parameters, right? And have it do the outline for you, right? There you go. Now you can focus on writing versus focusing all your time on the outline. I do that all the time, and that's completely acceptable. Now, second use for it that I deem acceptable is to catch writing mistakes. So grammar, spelling mistakes, and sentence structure. Now, if you take my advanced writing courses, the first thing I teach you to do is not trust anything that artificial intelligence actually gives you. The reason why is because it gives you some wonky sentence structure, a natural sentence structure. You might think it sounds good. You might think it sounds good or intelligent, but it's actually incorrect, or it just sounds stupid. So you can't really trust it. What it does is it gives you the flags that you need to go back and actually check your work. That's what artificial intelligence does. All right, that is it for this short video. I'm winded. And anyways, have fun. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And be safe. Don't do anything stupid because I don't want to catch you. Take care, guys. Bye.